Today we are discussing Unit 14, and we are looking at the dark, the nasal, the oh. Now it gets really French really fast. This is exciting. Are you excited? I'm excited. All right, let's talk about nasal vowels. Now, the term nasal vowels is actually a little misleading because the majority of your resonance is still going to be in the same pharyngeal space that you've been accustomed to producing those nice clear vowels. The difference is that now 10%, only 10%, so this is a tithe of your tone, is going to flow through your nasal cavities as well as the 90% that's flowing through your oral cavity at the same time. So you're having a dual resonance, right? So a vowel that is only flowing through the oral cavity. Ah, ah. Notice that quality doesn't change. Now, a vowel that's flowing only through the nasal cavity. Mmm, mmm. Obviously, you can't sing on that. It's not even a vowel. We'd probably classify that more as a consonant, right? Mmm, sounds like an M or an N. Now, what happens when we put them together? So now you hear the difference, right? When I pinch my nose, because some of it is coming through the nose. That's when I just try to put it through the nose. Obviously, that could kill you, so don't do that. Don't try this at home. Try everything else, though, starting now. All right, so for the dark nasal the lips should be protruded just a bit. And for that reason, it's actually closer to an O vowel, a nasalized O, O, O. But because it is traditionally an E with an N behind it, or an A with an N behind it, we write it in IPA as the dark ah, 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 ah. We write it as the dark I with the dark ah with the tilde above it. I think you can probably see the tilde right here or right here, somewhere. Seek and you shall find. All right. So we covered the nasal space. Warning, so don't allow it to resonate primarily in the nasal cavity. Oh, obviously that will just have a deleterious effect on your tone. You don't want that. You're going to maintain an unaltered vowel formation throughout the vocalization. You know this because you are a diction pro. Oh, that's not going to be good for singing. You do not want to weaken the clarity of an unstressed syllable. Vraiment. You want to keep it pure instead of vraiment and let it kind of wither on the vine. We don't want that. And of course, we don't want to articulate a glottal sound. Oh. It just makes you sound like, well, we won't go there, but it's just kind of pig-like. Oh. All right, so why don't we try enunciating a few frequently occurring lyric words that contain the on. All right, here we go. Number 1. Don, on, son, quand, chanson. Now that one has the on and the on. We'll get to the on in a little bit later. Vent, encore, temps, temps. Now notice this. You have T-E-M-P-S, meaning time, temps. T-A-N-T, meaning so much, temps. What do we call those? Those are homophones, words that sound the same. Grand, enfant, chant. Ready for some two-syllable words? I thought so. Actually, this is a three-syllable word. Silence, blanche, tendre. Be careful not to aspirate that T. Tendre. Ce n'est pas français. Devant, sans, entre, chant, en, ange, semble, souvent, pendant. It's going well, I think. Okay, let's keep going. Charmant, son, danse, prend, pensée, branche, tremble, d'argent, j'entends, enfin, tandis, maintenant. Okay. Why don't we look at these rules for transcription? Now, I happen to think that this is one of the more consistent vowels and structures in IPA. However, that does not mean it is without exceptions. As you've learned, exceptions are the rule, so to speak. If you have an E and an N, or an A and an N, plus a consonant, you're going to end up with the nasalized on, right? So, as in vent, you have V, E, N, and then there's a consonant T, vent, don. Same thing, N and then S. Note that the N, when it follows a vowel, is silent. We don't hear it. Now you say, oh, but you have this nasalized vowel. Well, remember that is a vowel, not a consonant. So we qualify the N as a silent consonant in the cases when the vowel becomes nasalized. All right, what about EM or AM plus a consonant? Same thing. It might not register at first, but the M is a nasalized consonant just as much as the N is. It's coming through the nose. Through the nose. So when you have an E and an M or an A and an M plus a consonant, as in ton or chant, that N is silent and you have a nasalized vowel. Final AN also has a post-vocalic N, which is silent. Ruban. And of course, if the N is by itself, nasalized word, on. Now, do not nasalize the vowel if you have an EN and an AN plus these vowels, an N, an M, an H, or another vowel. So, an example of this is inhumaine. You have the N, you have the H. And so even though we know that this is an N before a consonant, we're not going to nasalize it. Same thing with flamme. You have the M, but behind the M is a what? Another M. Année, genou. So a memory aid to remember those consonants are human. The memory aid is human, right? Those consonants are the H, the M, the N, or a vowel. And of course, there are exceptions. Initial ENN, EMM, or EN plus a vowel. I encourage you to frequently refer to this list when you're looking for the exceptions and when you're doing your column, because as we discovered earlier, each column is going to have some exceptions. So refer back to this list. Enivré, enneigé, ennui. So we're still pronouncing the N in these cases, but the vowel that precedes it is nasalized. But of course, there's an exception to the exceptions because we get ennemi. We're not going to try to put a logic behind it. We're not going to try to put a reason behind it. What we are going to do is frequently refer to authoritative sources that detail French diction. All right, shall we look at page 174 and intone the following phrases? Let's see what we have. Kissing your hands, contemplating your face. Let's get a 4 beat. 3, 4. 1, 2. Baisons tes mains. Are you ready to intone some phrases? I hoped you'd say that. Here we go. Baisons tes mains, contemplant ton visage. kissing your hands, contemplating your face. What beautiful poetry. What does the next one say? By following my bloodshed. Oh, this one must get dramatic. Let's see. En suivant mon sang répandu. That gives me a chill. What about toujours? And when the winds are insane. Oh, we still have some more drama here. Let's see. Et quand les vents sont en démence. I think we did good with that one. Villanelle. Is this the same poem that you all are working on memorizing every night? I think so. Let's intone this phrase with the rhythm, however. Admirant son grand bois penché. Now, when you do it for class, of course, you don't need that rhythm. What about number 5? On sent lentement revenir. And we have les adieux de l'hôtesse arabe, to chase from your brow the whirling insects. Oh, what could this song be about? 1, 2, 1. Pour chasser de ton front les moucherons méchants. All right. I wonder what that song's about. Let's look at Le Bestiaire. We have a short reading to do today. La carpe. Dans vos viviers, dans vos étangs, carpe que vous vivez longtemps, est-ce que la mort vous oublie, poisson de la mélancolie? All right, let's try it again, and let's make it a little more poetic. Dans vos viviers, dans vos étangs, carpe que vous vivez longtemps, est-ce que la mort vous oublie, poisson de la mélancolie? And you know what poisson is, of course. There's the song from, what is it? The Little Mermaid. Les poissons, que j'adore les poissons. Fish, it's about fish. Carp is, of course, the carp, the big fish we see in the ponds. All right, I think that's plenty. I've got to go catch my plane, so I don't miss it. Let's meet again in the next city, in the next unit, in the next chapter.